I'm now reading Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi, and by reading I mean I read the first 2 pages of it, and I've been listening to Born a Crime by Trevor Noah on Audible. I'm pretty far into that, and I'm pretty invested in that. That's really good, really interesting. Also, his narration is great. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Today's Lana Paria's birthday, my queen, my icon, my mom. So I have one of my Once Upon a Time Regina candles burning in her honor. Hello, I'm back. Oh, the crust and I are back. It's just a super crust of us. Krusty the Clown, Krusty Krab. Anyway, it's almost midnight, right? And let's see. I am 9 pages into Emergency Contact. To be fair, I have been listening to Trevor's book for a lot of the day and watching Jane the Virgin because I'm trash for that show. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I'm only 9 pages into this book and I'm having a lot of trouble getting into it. This is why I don't read contemporary novels like that. The writing is... We've been introduced to at least one of the main characters and like, I don't care, alright? I'm not vibing with her yet. I don't know, the writings, it's very 2018 Twitter stan, and I'm just like, okay. I mean, I do speak 2018 Twitter stan fluently, but reading it is weird to me. It's almost like, as of right now, trying really hard to appeal to an audience, and I don't know, I haven't decided. I'm gonna try to push a little farther, but I might just have to like swap out books right now. I honestly hate vlogging when I'm writing so much because I always look so much more tragic than usual. Anyway, I'm in the bathroom because my mom's watching Thanks So You Think You Can Dance or something that I don't care about right now. But sorry, I just looked in the mirror and I'm sorry. Yes, this is the same shirt as in the last clip, but like I said, I've been writing, so I really haven't left the same spot in like 24 hours. Anywho, I'm still, I took the dust jacket off. I'm still just on page 10 of Emergency Contact, and I'm trying. I'm really trying. I don't want to put it down, but I might have to put it down. Can I? Hold on, please hold. Can we please? Oh God! All right. You can have over 100 friends on social media and still have nobody to talk to. Just as Angie, that Brutus, had dubbed Penny her best friend until she ghosted completely, and while Mark referred to Penny as Bae, which just made her deeply uncomfortable because gross. He also described pizza as not only Bae, but Bae AF. Which, yeah, obviously, but that was the problem. They both like pizza way more than their person. Let me flip the page really quick. Penny drew her tea to her mouth with such force that she hit the glass with her teeth. Baby, he said. Behind Bae, Penny despised baby as a thing for a grown adult woman to be called. It was just so prescriptive, like dressing sexy for Halloween. And I don't know, I'm just really finding, one, the writing just hard to get through the teen talk, I guess. Hard because it's just like, it's forced. Also, Penny's personality is so annoying. I'm 11 pages into this book and I know I'm gonna hate her. She just, I mean, the book started with her like overly criticizing her mom and her like mortal enemy, the girl, this other girl that she goes to school with. I'm just like, I don't know. I just need to know if it gets better, honestly. I just need to know where this goes, and I need to get to the whole plotline of the story. But honestly, I'm probably just going to go in there, put Jane the Virgin back on, as if I haven't already watched the entire series about twice, except for the most recent season. Or I'm going to listen to Born a Crime, because that's actually really enjoyable. I also never mentioned that, obviously, since I'm listening to Born a Crime, I finished listening to Caraval. And, I mean, there's nothing to say about it because I already read it. Except the fact that the narrator, the accent that the narrator did for Julian was the most annoying thing in the whole world. Maybe it's just because when you read a book, like, read it, not listen to it, you make up how you think they sound in your head, and then you listen to someone else's interpretation. You're like, this is stop. And I know he is supposed to have this like sort of Spanish Mediterranean accent, yeah, but she sounded like Ben Barnes doing that Telmarine accent in Prince Caspian, which they dropped once Voyage of the Dawn Treasure came out. But everything, aside from that, the narration was good. And maybe once I read Legendary, I might listen to, no, because I can't go through Julian's accent again. That's all I want to say right now. I forgot. I'm crooked. Okay. So, yes, I just came all the way back in the bathroom because I forgot this part. So where we left off, Penny was irritated because being called baby or bae is the same as dressing sexy for Halloween, as if that's... Anyway, so directly right after that line, like dressing sexy for Halloween, Mark sat on a stool on the other side of the kitchen island and gestured alluringly for her to come over. His hair fell over his right eye. God, he was handsome. We're gonna skim. No, we're not. Mark opened his arms and she walked into them. We may as well get used to communicating like this, Mark whispered, breath tickling her ear. We both hate talking on the phone, me. And you know what they say about pictures. You know what they say about pictures, Penny. He paused for effect. Penny couldn't believe he was going to continue. They're worth 1,000 words. Wow. The book, not me. Penny hitched her chin onto his shoulder. Mark smelled mildewy. What? What? Get your man to take a bath, okay? It was comforting in a sense. What sense? Mark often smelled as if he hadn't done laundry in a while. I don't know. I don't understand. Why are you dating him? Mi scusi? What? Come si dice confused. Confused. I was saying confused and confusion at the same time. Can't even speak English. I'm going to speak Italian. Ugh, sweetie, this chick was 19 tops. Sweetie, Penny sang back, can you back up a smidge? You're practically inside my face with your face. This girl. Oh my Jesus. Okay. The girl inspected Penny's lipstick again. Wait, I'm obsessed with how matte that is. What is it? Isn't it fabulous? Sorry. Too thought to trot. Too thought to trot. Good night and goodbye. Goodbye. If that were true, depression suited Sam. I'm gonna read that again. Depression suited Sam. I think I might be done with this book, guys. I might have to put it down. Just before I do something I regret, like setting it on fire. I'm not about book abuse, but this book is abusing me. There's so much wrong happening, and I've seen people talk about this book. I actually don't remember watching a lot of reviews. I think I mainly saw like people promoting it before the book came out, like booksellers promoting it before the book came out. It's like, okay, this is gonna be a cute, quick summer read, even though you don't really read contemporary, like the simple, cutesy summer contemporary reads. The cover was pretty, and I am very guilty of judging books by their covers. This one was why that phrase, "don't judge a book by its cover," was invented, and I think I made a mistake. Depression suited Sam. I want to apologize to every Sam I've ever encountered in my life, just for them unwittingly being a part of this. Oh, Franola. Sorry, the nanny's on. Why? I'm gonna go look at the horde of new books that I have and try to see, maybe pick something. Maybe I'll read Alex and Eliza, which I just recently, my mom found. It was like, oh, you haven't read this? Like, I forgot about it. Or, I have Stalking Jack the Ripper. I've wanted to read that for a while, so. Like, part of me wants to push through it, even though I'm like rage reading now. But that, I don't think that's healthy, because I'm just getting progressively more angry. Like I said before, though, I didn't say it, I tweeted it. Yeah, this has turned into a Twitter thread now. Perhaps the only saving grace of this book is that two of the characters are named Sam and Jude, and I know a Sam and a Jude. I know a Penny also, but she's 9. Actually, I know someone with the same name as almost every character in this book so far, except for Celeste, Penny's mother. I know a Penny, I know a Jude, I know a Sam, I know a Mallory, I know I'm missing one. Who am I missing? A Mark. I'm only 56 pages into this book. Alright, so I am on page 108 of Emergency Contact. Yes, I didn't stop reading it. I picked it back up. I don't love myself. And I thought that I was getting to a better spot with this book. I hadn't had any fits of rage in a while. Or just like any moments of like this, why? And then I read this sentence. The ways Adam's apple bobbed was mesmerizing. It was as if something was struggling to get out. She just wanted to reach over and stroke it, just once, or lick it. My God. I'd just like to point out that this is the second time she's met this guy. And, like, so much has just happened that I don't want to spoil, but what? Oh my Jesus God. I've never looked at a guy and been like, hey, I want to lick your Adam's apple. And I've said had some weird things in my life. Of course that's the one you brought up. Of course. We don't have to discuss that. Embarrassing. But somehow not as weird as wanting to lick some dude's Adam's apple. Also, I had known him for more than 2 days. Thanks. Oh, I'm sweating. You know what? Alright. This book is just merely for my personal entertainment now.
I'm about ready to choke myself.
That's kinky. Penny's probably into that too. Just pray for me. Okay. Whew. Here we go. So after that, Jesus, I read Emergency Contacts by Mary H.K. Choi. And I'm gonna go into this and I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I was one of those people that judged a book by its cover, because look at this cover. This is such a great cover. I'm obsessed with this cover. Sweet. This story right here is the story of Penny and Sam, who meet sort of awkwardly, and I'm trying to explain this without giving everything away. Penny has just gone off to college, and it is Star Wars.
Oh my goodness.
I'm having trouble getting through this. Penny has just gone off to college. My queen! I'm gonna cry! No! And Sam works at the local coffee shop. Turns out that Sam is Penny's roommate's uncle. And then somehow after that, the Sam and Penny become each other's emergency contacts, and this is basically the story of how their relationship builds through text and email. Basically, they build their relationship without really ever seeing each other in person, which is ideal. The way they are able to open up to each other, it's kind of just like very much reflects the whole online relationship thing, and how nowadays it's easier to open up to people who are behind a phone or behind a screen, or not with you in their little metal box, as they refer to it in the book, than it is to people in your real life. And that's true. I mean, one of my best friends I've never met in real life, but like she's like one of my best friends, and they're both going through some stuff, and somehow they are both only able to talk about said stuff with each other. And yeah, it's like a cute, awkward, cute, contemporary, fun read, right? Except for the fact that for the first like 50 or so pages of this novel, I wanted to die, you know? And I know I've expressed time and time again that I don't really read a lot of contemporary novels. There was a time where I did actually read a lot of contemporary novels. I was really into Nicholas Sparks back in the day. I read almost all of his books. I read some good contemporary novels. And I find it hard to say that this was one of them. Okay, hold on. Where is it? Where's my note? Where's my note? I wrote a note. I made a note of my issues, because I know that when I go to describe a book and talk about it, nothing ever makes sense. So, first and foremost, my note is called, "Is Emergency Contact Okay?" So, first problem I had, most of these, like I said, is within the first like 50 to 70 pages of this book. I was on page 17 of this book for like a week. Anyway, the first thing is the writing. This writing, the TF, the F. Okay, so that in and of itself, I'm pretty sure that is a sentence that would probably be in this book. There's so much. So, you know, like that teen talk, Twitter talk, stan lingo. I feel that the dialogue, and not even the dialogue, because so many times I said if it were just dialogue, it'd be like acceptable. There was so much of the writing that felt like it was trying too hard to be hip and relatable. Like, I felt like I was watching the Kardashians. I felt like Kylie Jenner was narrating this book, and now that I've said that out loud, I'll never be able to like unthink it. I felt like I was reading Twitter, and like I'll get back to it because I've mentioned it a few times. Okay, so there's some borderline, not even always borderline, slut shaming with Penny, and mostly her mom, actually. Now, I get it. Her mom is like a MILF, described in the book as a MILF. But like, just some of the things she says about her mom, or the way she thinks about her mom, it's just annoying, and just like, Penny. And like, her mom's annoying. Actually, the dynamic between Penny and her mom kind of reminds me of Jane and Ziamara from Jane the Virgin, except Jane's not awful all the time. I mean, Jane overreacts about absolutely everything, but it's just the way Penny treated her mom. It was like, this is very early in the book too. I'm just right under that, the weird gender stereotypes. Now, I actually Doc wrote down some specific ones. Now, on page 11, Penny's talking about her then boyfriend Mark, and she says, Penny, she's talking about selfies and like nudes he sends to her with a few different filters. Penny was even sure he'd face-tuned at least one, which was a quality she simply could not respect in a man. Also, Mark's 16. I felt the need to say that because I just read that. Oh, there's also just something I can't get past now that we've mentioned Mark. And I know I read it in... Jason Momoa is so beautiful. Okay. I know I mentioned it in my vlog part, but I'd just really like to read it again. First she said, God, he was so handsome. We're still talking about Mark. I can't do this. Penny hitched her chin onto his shoulders. Mark smelled mildewy. Mark smelled mildewy. It was comforting in a sense. Mark often smelled as if he hadn't done laundry in a while. What? I read that line out loud to my mom. I spent the first like 100 or so pages reading this book out loud to my mom because I just couldn't process it on my own. I read that line. I said, Mark smelled mildewy. She literally just yelled, Jesus. I wish I'd been recording. It was hilarious. Once again, I just mentioned that Penny is actually the worst. She's very judgmental, and she has something negative to say about everything and everyone. And look, Penny, you're not a picnic to be around either. So like, can we? Yes, and I felt the need to mention the fact that I was only on page 10 at that point. I couldn't get past the mildewy boyfriend. More weird ginger comments. This one's from Sam. I don't know why I just said his name like that. Sam. He's talking about his boss. He reminded Sam a little of Donkey Kong, but Sam didn't think it was the sort of thing you told another man. Why? I mean, I don't think that's a thing you tell another person, period. Hey, you remind me of Donkey Kong. But not because, like, that's not a doodly thing to say. It's just, like, that's rude. This is the part where I start criticizing, like, the lingo. And I just wrote down bless. I was like, I mean same, but like, yeah. I say bless all the time. And like I said, I feel like if it were dialogue, it'd be cool. But just some of these things that are mentioned in, like, the actual book part. Bless. Yes, bless. I don't. There's also, this is Penny and Sam have met at this point, and she's being creepy. And she actually uttered the word maker outer. She didn't utter it, she thought it. It's in the descriptive part of the paragraph. Maker outer is a thing in a published novel. I don't know why that just rubs me the wrong way. I know it's like a story of teenagers, but like okay. Well, actually, Sam's not a teenager. He's 21. I would like to read this word for word for what I just said. Sam, that's weird to say to a man. Also, Sam, I don't care about dude bros. Also, Sam, I'm a baker. Okay, so I feel like there's this point where we were trying too hard for like Sam to be the opposite of toxic masculinity. I feel like, what's one thing that we could do about Sam so we know that he's not like a macho dude bro? Let's make him a baker. Now, I'm all for Sam being a baker. I think that's attractive. But like, I feel like I don't know, I'm probably nitpicking at this point. In the beginning, it just felt like a little inauthentic. As we progress through the story, I think it's cute. Sam grows on me. It's fine. Okay. There was a point where I started making a list of the lingo, as the kids would say. Okay, so we have Bay AF, Bless, Slay, Hunty, with a mention of Insta stories, written Insta stories. I think it was Insta stories, not Instagram stories. I could be wrong. Matte lipstick, not just lipstick, but specifically matte lipstick, which happened to be called Thought to Trot. Jesus. All of the first 30 pages of this book. Oh, also Facetune, but you know, just please stop. I feel like, I don't know, it just kind of bothers me sometimes when books have something that's very specific, like way too specific to the year it came out, because I feel like people are going to still be reading these books in the future and they're not going to know what any of this means. It's like, what, I don't know, the language it threw me off a lot. Once again, Penny's just awful. She's negative about everything and everyone. I already said that. Page 26, all of it. What was on page 26? Oh, I forgot about this part. So, it's when Penny first arrives at college. First, she's like overly describing this girl, who's one of like the student assistants that help you move into college. It's been so long since I moved into college. Apparently her breath smells like Fritos. So she goes, the girl, I don't know her name. There you are, sweetie. Ugh, sweetie. This chick was 19 tops, okay? The girl's eyes flickered over Penny's red lipstick. Penny had found it with a note to smile more in her back pocket. I'm gonna skim. Sweetie, Penny sang back, can you back up a smidge? You're practically inside of my face with your face. There was no way little Miss Texas Corn Chip was going to sweetie her into submission. This is also the girl that couldn't stand up for herself when, at the very beginning of this book, her like arch nemesis called her mom a slut. Okay. And then this girl also goes, wait, I'm obsessed with how matte that is. I want her lipstick. Oh, wait, I forgot the best part. There's, right after that, hold on, sorry, this is actually the last note I have on this list. After Penny declares that her lipstick is too thought to trot. Christ, she thought as if saying make-up names out loud set women's... I can't even read the sentence. Set women's rights back several decades. So, let me get this right. Wearing lipstick is anti-feminist. Wearing makeup is anti-feminist. Maybe she's just talking about the whole thought thing. I can't say that word. Alright. That was literally the first 30 pages of this book. Now, I will say that it did get easier to read. I don't know if I just adjusted and got used to it, or if I didn't realize that we had started phasing out this genderism, the gender speak, the Twitter talk. But it got easier. The characters started growing on me. Like I said, I think I just mentioned, I did end up liking Sam. I won't say loving Sam. I think he's cute, and part of me feels bad for him. And I ended up understanding more about Penny. There was a point where I was like, okay, I get it to an extent. And like, I don't know, their relationship was cute, I guess, after she stopped being weird and creepy. I don't know. It's just a lot happening, but like I said, it did get easier to read. It did get more enjoyable. It went from a 2 to at least a 2.5, 3 of a read. There were some parts of the story that I related to. There were even some parts of Penny that I related to. Just, there were a lot of the whole sort of like anxious, antisocial, quick to push friends away thing. And I'm like, oh, okay, same. Also, there were some things, I do have a couple of tabs in this book, shocker upon shocker. Most of them actually are from quotes by Penny's writing professor. She's in college. She's a writing major, I believe. Just some things as someone who also writes that I felt like I like this quote where it says, a female protagonist made the stories more inspiring than voyeuristic. It was so much fun to write about what you could be. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Also, another one, I like this about writing diverse characters and acknowledging your privilege when writing them. And this tab says sad but same, where Penny says, and sometimes when I write, I imagine the hero is white, like automatically. How effed is that? And that's true. I have noticed that, and I'm trying to fix that. I actually pointed that out when we were at BookCon. We were at a panel, and Tomi Adeyemi was saying how she noticed that she wasn't writing characters or heroes of her book that looked like her, and I was like, wow, yeah, same. And we're working on it, you know. What was the other thing I wanted to say? There's a mention of my dude Lin-Manuel Miranda and how he's a genius. But yeah, there were some things that I got, and I was like, yeah, me, same. And would I read this book again? No. Would I read a sequel if there were one? I don't know, actually, because there are some things that I need to know what happens with Sam's documentary. Also, I didn't. Hi, future Amber here, and hold on, Loish. I was importing the videos that I filmed yesterday. Yes, yesterday, hence the new glasses. And I realized that at some point it just cut off mid-sentence. So as I was saying, I didn't mention that while Penny is an aspiring writer, Sam is an aspiring documentary filmmaker. So I would have really liked to have known or seen how that turned out, especially with Bastian and his mom. I felt like a lot of the characters introduced, like the side characters, were just very throwaway, even down to like Jude and Mallory and Penny's mom. I don't remember what I said after that, so that was emergency contact. Because I have like a little less than a week left of July, I've started reading Alex and Eliza by Melissa de la Cruz. Obviously it is based on, or I guess a reimagining of Alexander Hamilton and Elizabeth Schuyler Hamilton's love story, and I am Hamilton trash. So I actually forgot that I had this book. My mom found it in the closet recently. I was like, hey, you didn't read this book? I was like, it's because I forgot I had it. It's just funny that there was a mention of Hamilton and Lin-Manuel Miranda in Emergency Contact, even though if Sam's documentary were to be made into a musical, it would be In the Heights, not Hamilton, but it's whatever. So yeah, I was about to sign off, but considering that I'm still reading, I'll see you.